Okay, so I'm back here with a baby doll upload. Today we're going to be having fun. We're going to be celebrating Summerween with our baby doll. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get her dressed and give her a bath and stuff. And then I will give her some Halloween breakfast, Summerween inspired. And if you don't know what Summerween is, it's basically what people like to do during the summertime when it's like really hot outside and we have to stay indoors because of like air conditioning and stuff, but it's also kind of boring at the same time. So we go ahead and we play around as Summerween. We watch scary movies and things like that, and it's kind of fun. So there's a community online with people who are doing it, so it's lots of fun if you want to check it out. So I thought I would go ahead and play some Summerween stuff with my baby doll. If you're wondering what kind of baby doll I'm using, this baby doll I got back in 2017. From Toys R Us. I remember I went all the way to Toys R Us to get her. She was a You and Me baby doll, which is like a generic brand, kind of like My Sweet Love. And she is actually like an imitation of the baby Annabelle doll. But from what I noticed, she's actually a bit more impressive because she came with a bottle and a pacifier. Throughout the years, I don't even know where that bottle and pacifier went, but the important part of that bottle and the pacifier was that there was a magnet in it, and somewhere in her mouth over here, there's also another magnet. So that bottle connects to her mouth and her pacifier. So as soon as you put it on her mouth, her face starts to move up and down, just like the baby Annabelle dolls do. As they suck their bottle or their pacifier, their head kind of like moves like this a bit. So that's cool. If I press her belly, she giggles. Annabelle's giggles too. So she can do that. But like I said, I had to make my own bottle and pacifier. So what I had done was I improvised and it managed to work out. I went to my refrigerator in the kitchen and I found two magnets. So I glued one onto a bottle and I glued another one onto a pacifier. You should just double check what type of magnet it is, because now that I hold it up against her face, I can put the bottle in her mouth, and as you can see, she's like slowly moving the bottle up and down, and that's because the magnet. After you put that in her mouth, she'll burp and she will cry. The same deal with the pacifier. It's honestly the same routine. Once I put it in her mouth, she'll suck on it and then she'll burp and then she will go to sleep. The fun part about her body is that her hands make noise. So she's using the pacifier now, so she's gonna do one thing at a time. But I realized that after having so many dolls, like literally I collected a whole bunch of Annabelles and all sorts of baby dolls, that it's fun to have a doll from your past. So she is honestly like, I don't know, 7 years old now, but I find her lots of fun. Her hands and feet do make noise if you press it. She makes noise all sorts of ways. Her body was actually white. But if you're wondering how, like, you buy like a regular doll at the thrift store or something, or even at Walmart and stuff, and the body is white, the best way I did was I grabbed some orange chalk, literally sidewalk chalk would work, and I rubbed it all over her body. But of course that'll stick to your hands and the doll's clothes. So with some white glue, I went ahead and I rubbed it all over the body, and that way when the glue dried, the chalk also stayed. So that's a quick little information tip on this baby doll. I really enjoy generic baby dolls. It's not that the name brand dolls are bad. Of course, those are luxurious. But I still think there are lots of wonderful little baby dolls out there that you can even customize yourself. So, enough with that. Now I will go ahead and put her on the potty, give her a bath, and we'll choose an outfit so that we can feed her some Halloween breakfast. I was thinking of getting some Play-Doh and putting it in this mold and feeding it to her. We should also give her some pineapple juice. So, because the Summerween juices, you can get like a pineapple with a jack-o'-lantern on it and make some juice out of that. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so time to put her on the potty. So she just did poo-poo, but, oh, and pee-pee. Okay, so I'm gonna get the bath turned on while I flush this. And in the meanwhile, I will get the bath turned on. And, okay, we are going to need some bubbles. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour in some bubbles. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so now that it is all bubbly, let us put her in. We're gonna have to flush this toilet, the little rainbow poop. Okay, so she is now in the tub. And we're gonna need to clean her, so let's go ahead. Oh, wait. The funny thing about these bubbles is that she could actually scrub with. So we gotta make sure to scrub everywhere, especially in the behind area, because she just used the toilet, so. Okay, so I think she's getting pretty cleaned up with all the bubbles. So now let us go ahead and drain it while I take her out and dry her off. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a towel. Okay, so now that she is thing, we're gonna have to drain the water. Okay, so now the bathtub is all drained. It's time to get my little baby dressed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose an outfit for her. It has to be something like cool and warm, not too hot and warm because it is hot outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I know I have to give her shorts to wear over her diaper. So she's gonna need that. And she's probably gonna want some socks because she does have shoes. We could give her those shoes. But socks are a bit more comfortable for her, so give her a pair of socks. And maybe something that is very loose. So I know I can make some pants into shorts. So let's go ahead and choose, I don't know, these. And I'll give her a little headband. And you know, she could actually just wear this dress instead of that. I think that dress would be better. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and dress her now. Okay, so we have her little recliner here. This is great for changing her. So I'll put her here. And we're probably gonna need some baby powder and a diaper. Okay, so she's all dried up now. Okay, so time to put this on. Okay, so I'm going through the kitchen and I realize I'm gonna need some different colored Play-Dohs for this. So we're gonna actually make a Summerween inspired cheeseburger. So for that we will need the buns of the burger, the patty, and some orange Play-Doh. And then we are going to make some Summerween inspired pineapple juice. So we're gonna need this and a marker. So we're gonna turn this pineapple into pineapple juice. So we're gonna need that. And then we're gonna have to make the pineapple juice. So I'm gonna use this mixer. So that mixer can make our pineapple juice. So I'll just put this down here for now. And then we are going to make some, I forgot to mention we're gonna need the yellow for the pineapple juice. And then we're also going to make some watermelon. So we're going to need some pink and 2 shades of green. So this was actually a dark green. And then we're going to need that. And then we are going to make some delicious cookies for her. So these cookies are going to be molded into there. So I'm going to go ahead and choose some random colors that the cookies could be made out of. So I'm thinking we could choose purple. And because they're cookies, they could be made out of chocolate too. So I'm going to see. Okay, so even though it's in an orange container, there's actually brown in here. I'm gonna use purple, red, and brown for the cookies. So I think that's it for the fridge. I'm gonna turn the fridge up a bit because it was kind of cold. Okay, so there's that. And of course, we're gonna need the mold. But first, let's go ahead and make the cheeseburger and all that other stuff. So there we have it, a cheeseburger inspired to Summerween, and it came out pretty decent for a doll burger. So yeah, let's go ahead and work on the next food. Squeeze some in there. Okay. Now let us turn it on. It's all done now. So it's time to feed my baby. So let's go ahead and start with the cheeseburger, then the cookies, maybe the watermelon after. She ate that cheeseburger very quickly. Okay, so let's give her some juice. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and feed her some cookies, and then she could have some fruit. She really liked that cookie because she ate it really quickly. So I'm just gonna give her some juice. And now on to the next cookie. Next cookie. Okay, it's time for some more juice. Wow, she's already eaten a lot. So now let's just give her some watermelon and she should be all done. Okay, baby ate everything, thank goodness. So now she has her belly all full. But we're still gonna want to play some Summerween stuff. So I'm gonna clean up the kitchen and then I will put her in her little area over there so we can read her little storybook. Okay, now it's time for my baby to relax now that she had a big meal. So I have here her little pacifier. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in her mouth. Okay, so she's sucking away on her little pacifier, moving her head up and down. But what I have for her now is a fun little 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝖔𝕜𝪪𝖉𝖔𝑔𑑑𑑐 Halloween inspired book. So this was actually a 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝖔𝑑𝑐 girls doll that I got back in 2016. So almost as old as her, because I got her in 2017. But then I watched the 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝖔𝑑𝑐 movie, and I really love 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝑑𝑐s. I love how they wear different color striped socks. So I customized my Spot Splatter Splash into a 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝑑𝑐. And since she needs a dolly and her dolly is just as old as she is, I figured it would be nice for her to keep that doll. So now let's go ahead and look at this little storybook. I really like how it's 𝖘𝖕𝖔𝑑𝑐 and Halloween. So let's go ahead and look at it. So I realized I didn't want the sink to be there, but we have lots of space here. So I'm putting the sink here now. So I'm just gonna fix it up. Okay, so sometimes when you're playing with your dolls, you realize you need some space. So now the play area is a bit bigger now that I moved the washroom around. So I think the sink is better here. And next time my baby can go ahead and this is the way you pump the soap, use it. The soap, pump the soap. This is the way you pump the soap each and every day. Cool. Okay, so let's get back to the story now. Okay, so my baby has been sucking her little pacifier for quite some time now, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. Okay. And now let's lay out the book so that we can see all the pictures. Wow, she really liked that story. So now that we've read her book, I think it'll be fun if we took her around the house and tried finding different spooky areas. Considering I already have a lot of Halloween Summerween things decorating my room, might as well go ahead and put her in the stroller and see those little areas. So come on, let's take her. So we're gonna just need the stroller. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and put her in here and take her for a little stroll. Come on, baby. We're gonna have her sitting up. Okay, so let's go ahead and find funny little things in her house. Actually, we already found something. What's this? Ooh, a super spooky skeleton. Yeah, she's very big and creepy looking. Ooh. Okay, time to find another place. What's there? Ooh, a spooky witch. Ooh, spooky. Spooky, spooky witch. Ooh, she's creepy. Let's just put her back up here. Let's see, what do we have here? Ooh, we have a little kitty. Meow. We have a little bat. A little ghost, a ghoulie. Ghoulie. And a teddy bear. Teddy. Okay. Up here we have some more scary things, but she's probably a little too young for that. Up here she has a few little dollies. Or a trick-or-treating basket. What about this scary scarecrow? Ooh, scary. Here. Scary. We have all sorts of scary dolls here too, but it's probably best we leave them there. You got a scary mask. Another scary mask. A really big trick-or-treating bucket with some cobwebs in it. Ooh, spooky. Where else can I take her? Let's see what's in here. Oh, a very big jack-o'-lantern. Stackable pumpkins. Cool. And I got a few monsters here too. A scary witch, Frankenstein. And here we got a very, very scary black cat. Meow, meow, meow. Very, very scary. And then here we have a very scary crow. Caw, caw. Caw, caw. Very scary, huh? And then we have some spiders. Spider. Actually, it looks like we have one more scary thing. A rat. Oh my goodness, rats are creepy looking, aren't they? Okay, everybody, it looks like my baby's falling asleep and having some nightmares because she just seen a whole bunch of scary things, but after eating all that, she is probably very tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off today. But we will definitely see you again next time when me and my baby play some more Summerween. See you!